Okay guys, all we're doing here is we're just trimming off the rounded edge on this board. These are just some scrap boards that I've got on the shelf. So I'm just using these to make the trellis. So I'm taking off the rounded edge here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down into 1 inch pieces. And I need 4 pieces at 1 inch. These are all 6-foot lengths. Okay, here guys, we're just going to give it a quick plane. Basically just to get rid of the old brown paintwork, to be honest with you. And it'll make it smooth enough that we don't have to sand it at the moment, because it's basically just a trellis. Here I'm cutting the cross sections. These are all 1 foot in length, and I would need 10 of these for the trellis I'm making, which the 6-foot length one. Now here, I've slowed this down here guys. Watch the kickback here and my own stupidity. So just be careful when you're working on a saw. There's the kickback. What happened there is I left a piece in the middle and the saw blade caught it as it went down. So move your pieces off away from the blade. Now here, what I've just done there is put a brad nail in, but it went straight through and nailed it to the workbench. So I'm just about to pry it up, and then what I'll do is I'll move it all to the floor, so that when the brad nails do go through, it's going to bend them underneath, because I've only got small brad nails in it anyway. So these are the smallest brad nails I've got, so I'm going to carry on using them, and I'll just bend them over. Now you might see me just putting 1 brad nail in. That's basically what I've done all the way down, and then I followed up, put at least 2 brad nails in each section. Measured up to the middle was 3 foot. And I measured up to the middle of that. That's 1.5 feet. And that is why I need 10. 5 for the bottom piece and 5 for the top piece, because this is going to be a boxed trellis. It's not just a flat one. I'm only showing you how to make one section here guys, because making the top section and the bottom section is exactly the same. So I'm quite sure you don't want to go through all this again. So just copy what you're doing on this section to make the top section. Just trapping down the brad nails there, making sure they're flat. Now here I'm just putting, you don't really need to do this, I don't suppose, but like I just thought I'd do it anyway. Just putting a cross section in. And I'm using an angle finder to find the angle that I need to mark the cuts. Just mark it off with the angle that we got with this. This was the easiest way I found of cutting it, because I couldn't get the angle on mitre saw, and I couldn't get the angle on the table saw, so I just thought I'll just give it a trim up with this saw. Now here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark up the bottom piece where I want it to go. So I've got the top piece in order and I'm just marking up the bottom piece, and then we'll make the cut from there. And we'll use the angle finder again to mark up the line. And once again we'll clamp it up to the workbench and cut it through with the, I think they call it the Japanese saw or something like that, aren't they? Just makes it easier. Okay guys, I used the brad nailer there but it failed, so I'm just pulling the old brad nail out. For now I'm just putting glue on them, but I did manage to put a couple of brad nails in at a later point, but that was off camera. I just used some clamps to hold it in position, which you'll see me put on now. Okay, now what we're doing here is we're cutting down to little 5-inch pieces, and we need 10 of these 5-inch pieces, and these are going to be the separators that will separate or I should say join the top and the bottom trellis together so that we get the box trellis. Just a little bit of glue on the bottom there and a little bit of glue on the side so that the meet there, and what we're going to do there is we're going to put a couple of brad nails into that, get the 4 corners on, and then we're going to put the top piece on and put the rest of the separators in. Okay guys, here we just glue up the separators, the top and the side, like we did when we were putting it on the bottom piece. And then what we'll do now is place the top piece on, put a couple of brad nails in them, maybe clamp them up, and we'll put the rest of the separators in. We've got 5, we're going to put them on each cross piece. We're going to put the separators on, and that's why we need 10, 5 each side. And last and finally, we're just going to put some clear sealer on. This is just to seal it against the weather. It's a waterproofing stuff. It's white, but it dries clear. Well, that's basically it guys. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please leave a like. See you again on the next one. Bye bye.